care for pediatric prosthetics at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
ABC 36 on your side.
Tonight, millions threatened by dangerous weather. The West buried under feet of snow with howling winds. Fire alerts across the central U.S. as conditions worsen in the largest wildfire in Texas history. First, the snow, 4 to 12 feet expected in the Sierra Nevada. Blizzard conditions with a major interstate shut down. Drivers stranded, some waiting hours to be rescued. Even ski resorts closing. A rare tornado near Fresno, California, terrifying students. On the Texas Panhandle, the Smokehouse Creek fire leaving 2 dead, more than 1 million acres burned. Plus rain in the Northeast and the big change coming. Our weather team tracking it all. Also tonight, help from above. The U.S. military airdropping tens of thousands of meals into Gaza, joining an international effort as aid groups warn of an approaching famine. Plus new reporting on a possible ceasefire and hostage release. Tom Sufi Burridge reports from Israel. 3 days to Super Tuesday, 15 states holding contests. Donald Trump hoping to lock up the GOP nomination. Nikki Haley vowing to stay in the race, but can she win in any of the Super Tuesday states? Mary Alice Parks following the candidates. An arrest in a crime that shocked Pennsylvania's Amish community. A man accused of murdering a 23-year-old pregnant woman and her unborn baby. What we're learning about the suspect. A paramedic going to prison, sentenced to 5 years for his role in the death of Elijah McClain, the young man who died after being placed in a chokehold by police and given an excessive dose of ketamine by paramedics. On the verge of history, the feat LeBron James could reach tonight that no NBA player has ever accomplished before. And remembering Iris Apfel, the designer who worked with 9 presidents and became a fashion icon in her 80s and 90s.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday. I'm Whit Johnson. As we come on the air tonight, millions are on alert for dangerous weather. From California to Texas, every state in the West dealing with either winter or wind alerts, some under both. In the Sierra Nevada, whiteout conditions forcing the shutdown of part of I-80, stranding motorists. Travel in the region next to impossible. The impact expected to last for days. In the Texas Panhandle, strong winds fueling the state's largest ever wildfire, the deadly Smokehouse Creek fire, now covering an area bigger than the state of Rhode Island. At least 2 people killed, as many as 500 structures destroyed. The fire threat stretching from the Lone Star State into Nebraska and Wyoming, and those blizzard conditions expected to drop up to 12 feet of snow in the Sierra Nevada. Our weather team standing by to time this all out, but we begin tonight with ABC's Faith Abube from Truckee, California.
Tonight, that life-threatening winter storm roaring through the Sierra Nevada mountains, packing blizzard conditions and a high risk for avalanches. Nearly 4 feet of snow already, several more feet expected. Some communities experiencing up to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts.
But man, there is just no relief for the Sierra. That snow continues to fall.
Interstate 80 shut down for more than 70 miles. Drone video capturing stranded drivers. You can see their hazard lights flashing. The California Highway Patrol says a mass amount of vehicles were stuck over Donner Summit last night, and that it took several hours for emergency personnel and tow trucks to reach them. Truckee resident Randy Davis describing the snowfall as exceptional.
Now it looks to be about, over 2 feet of snow. I've never seen it drop this much snow in one night here.
We met Carrie Klink racing to clear snow before even more of it falls, describing the intensity of those blizzard winds.
You know, last night, even the windows are shaking and stuff.
In Central California, a rare tornado touching down Friday afternoon in Madera County, ripping branches from trees and damaging a classroom at Berenda Elementary. Emily Soto and her sister Aline were in the cafeteria for an after-school program.
I just heard everyone screaming and like branches and trees just falling down, and the tutors tried to close the door and they couldn't, and they finally did. And they grabbed everyone to go on the floor.
Thankfully, no injuries reported.
Faith Abube joining us now from Truckee, California, along that closed Interstate 80, a major thoroughfare. We can see that, Faith, the snow still coming down. Any word yet on when it will reopen?
Well, the state's Department of Transportation is discouraging all mountain travel. Crews are out right now evaluating conditions and trying to clear all the roadways, but they haven't said when they expect I-80 to fully reopen. Between the winds here and the snow, the storm system is affecting every single state here in the West.
Major impacts. Faith, thank you. Let's go right to ABC News meteorologist Samara Theodore. And Samara, how long will this storm last and where's it headed next?
Well, Whit, this is a multi-round event lasting through Tuesday, pushing from California deeper into the Rockies. Let's go ahead and time this out. So overnight, we have another round of heavy snow falling in the Sierra. Now, tomorrow, this becomes light, giving the response crew time to clear it out. The next round arrives late Monday into Tuesday. Grand totals by Wednesday could reach 12 feet in the Sierra and a couple of feet in the Rockies. As for the devastating fire in Texas, conditions remain primed for spreading through Monday from the Texas Panhandle to Grand Rapids, where they could see relative humidity as low as 6%, winds reaching 45 miles per hour as far as the gust goes. Meanwhile, here in the Northeast, soggy conditions continue overnight, with a second round anticipated on Tuesday and temperatures hitting record highs in the 70s in the coming days. Whit?
We'll brace for those changes. Samara, thank you. Overseas now, U.S. officials say they are exploring every possible way to deliver aid to people in Gaza. Earlier today, the U.S. making its first airdrop of food to the region amid the crisis. Pallets of 38,000 meals ready to eat parachuting in. But with the UN saying Gaza is on the brink of famine, some aid groups argue it's not enough. This as U.S. officials say there has been significant progress toward a possible ceasefire. ABC's Tom Sufi-Burridge in Israel tonight.
Tonight, for the first time, the US airdropping food aid into Gaza. Bundles including 38,000 ready-to-eat meals parachuted down from C-130 aircraft into that war-torn strip, according to US officials, where 500,000 people, the UN says, are on the verge of famine, and increasing numbers of children acutely malnourished. The extreme hunger on display today, with hundreds again surrounding an aid truck in northern Gaza. US officials calling the need in the north absolutely critical, adding the shortage of food means gangs are looting and reselling what valuable aid there is, suggesting the solution could be to flood the strip with assistance via all possible routes. Aid agencies arguing more US pressure on Israel is key, questioning the effectiveness of airdrops.
Partial measures will not get the job done. Airdrops are squarely in that category. You know, they come nowhere close to the level of need.
Israel insisting it's working to increase the flow of aid into Gaza, adding supplies must not end up with Hamas. US officials say they're pressing Israel to open more crossings into the strip, but some Israeli protesters try and prevent the aid even getting that far.
Well, this is one of the major crossing points for those aid trucks from Egypt over there into Israel here and onto Gaza. But as you can see, this route is completely blocked off by these protesters. They say they're doing it to stop the aid getting to the hands of Hamas.
The American airdrops coming days after Israeli troops opened fire near a convoy of aid trucks. Israeli officials saying their soldiers were threatened and most of those killed were crushed in the chaos. But this UN mission visiting a nearby hospital saying a large number of the injured had gunshot wounds.
We have seen people with gunshot wounds, we have seen amputees, and we have seen children as young as 12.
Tom Sufi-Burridge back with us now from Tel Aviv tonight. And Tom, getting more aid into Gaza is also part of the ongoing negotiations for a ceasefire. So what more are we learning about a possible deal now?
Yeah, with US officials emphasizing the Israelis have more or less accepted a framework deal, adding the ball is in the court of Hamas. The unofficial deadline is in just over a week. Whit?
A lot of hope for a potential agreement. Tom, thank you. Yemen's Houthi rebels claiming a victory in the Red Sea, sinking a commercial ship for the first time since the start of the Israel-Hamas war. The Belize-flagged cargo vessel had been drifting, leaking fuel and fertilizer since it was hit by a Houthi missile nearly 2 weeks ago. U.S. officials have warned of the potential for ecological damage to the Red Sea. Back here at home, the countdown is on for Super Tuesday. Today, former President Donald Trump picking up delegates in Michigan and Missouri. Trump and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley campaigning ahead of the crucial contest on Tuesday. And First Lady Jill Biden making stops in Arizona and Nevada. ABC's White House correspondent Mary Alice Parks on the campaign trail in Virginia tonight.
Tonight, Donald Trump and Nikki Haley zeroing in on Super Tuesday.
With your help, we will win big on Super Tuesday.
And we need someone who can actually win a general election.
In just 3 days, 15 states and 1 territory will hold primaries with more than 1/3 of the 2,400 delegates for the Republican nomination up for grabs.
The most important issues for me would be tax and making homes more affordable.
Polls showing Trump vastly ahead of Haley by 60 points nationally and leading in every single Super Tuesday state, according to 538. But the former president, facing 91 criminal charges, could be on trial in at least one case before the November election. Haley saying that those legal woes are hurting the party.
We need a new generational leader that can put in 8 years, day and night, fixing the things we need fixed with no negativity, no drama, no vendettas.
2 high-profile senators, Lisa Murkowski of Alaska and Maine's Susan Collins, signaling their support of Haley this week, giving her a boost. But still, without a major upset or 2 on Tuesday, Haley will have virtually no path to the nomination. That's because many of the states voting Tuesday are winner-take-all, meaning even if she wins a sizable part of the vote, she may not earn any delegates, like in California with its whopping 169 delegates. On the Democratic side, First Lady Jill Biden campaigning in Arizona this weekend, talking about abortion bans. It's a state her husband flipped blue 4 years ago.
Donald Trump is dangerous to women and to our families. We simply cannot let him win.
Tuesday could very easily be Nikki Haley's last stand. There are not enough delegates at stake this week for Trump to technically clinch the nomination, but he could get very close. And if he dominates across the country like the polls suggest he might, he could make it nearly impossible for her to catch him. Whip.
A big week ahead, Mary Alice, thanks. Tonight, a suspect is under arrest in the brutal killing of a 23-year-old pregnant Amish woman in Pennsylvania. Sean Cranston from a nearby town held without bond, facing multiple charges, including homicide. The incident shocking the peaceful Amish community. Here's ABC's Phil Lipoff.
Tonight, after an exhaustive 5-day search in Pennsylvania, an arrest in the disturbing killing of a pregnant Amish woman.
Everyone seems to get along with them. Everybody's just stunned. Nobody could even imagine that this kind of stuff is going on.
52-year-old Sean Cranston arrested and arraigned before dawn, charged with 2 counts of criminal homicide in the killings of 23-year-old Rebecca Byler and her unborn baby. Police called to Byler's Spartansburg home Monday just after noon. Rebecca's husband Andy and a family friend finding her unresponsive in the living room with head and neck wounds, authorities say. 2 young children also home were unharmed. On the day Byler was found dead, family members telling our ABC affiliate WJET they saw a red Jeep in her driveway. The same vehicle Cranston drives, according to the criminal complaint. The Amish community here is extremely rural and religious, shunning most modern technology, relying on horse and buggy.
We're just a very tight-knit community, and I'm just absolutely heartbroken that this has happened, and I'm very, very concerned about the Amish community and worried for them.
Police say Sean Cranston is from Corey, Pennsylvania, about 10 minutes away from the Byler home. He's being held without bail. There is a preliminary hearing scheduled for March 15th.
Phil Lipoff for us tonight. Thank you. One of the paramedics convicted in the death of Elijah McClain will begin his 5-year sentence for criminally negligent homicide. McClain was stopped by Denver area police in 2019 after reports of a suspicious person. The 23-year-old died after being put in a chokehold by officers and injected with a powerful sedative by paramedics. Here's ABC's Zorin Shah.
Tonight, the paramedic involved in the death of Elijah McClain sentenced to 5 years in prison. Paramedic Peter Shakuniak convicted of second-degree unlawful administration of drugs and criminally negligent homicide. McClain's mother walked out of the sentencing with her fist in the air.
It's their own actions that murdered my son. They had an opportunity to save him. He was speaking, he was talking when they got there.
Prosecutors accused Shakuniak, along with another paramedic, of administering an excessive amount of ketamine to sedate 23-year-old McClain nearly 5 years ago. Police confronted McClain as he walked back home after a 911 caller reported seeing someone sketchy in that area. McClain was not armed and was wearing a ski mask, which his family said was because his anemia would make him feel cold. Body camera footage shows McClain trying to explain he was going home. The officers grab him and place him in a chokehold.
so sorry. I have no gun. I don't do that stuff. I don't do any fighting. Why were you attacking me?
Paramedics later accused of administering an excessive amount of ketamine. McClain lost consciousness and was declared brain dead days later. He died in the hospital. As for the others charged in McClain's death, one officer was convicted of criminally negligent homicide. 2 others acquitted, and there is one more paramedic left to be sentenced. Whit.
Zoreen Shah, thank you. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight. This Saturday, a freight train jumps the tracks. Parts of it end up in a river. And the heart-stopping rescue, new information on how this truck wound up dangling from a bridge.
Thank you. Unbelievable. Are you wearing this just to get recognized? It's comfortable.
Love the suit. Tell your driver when you return the car, we'll fill it up for you.
It's nice to have a little status. It's not you. It's T-Mobile Magenta Status. Driver. My ticket only costs $5. T-Mobile. We got a special rate on my Hilton stay. It's T-Mobile. Good night.
You don't need to be famous to get premium benefits from brands you love. That's Magenta Status.
Your skin is ever-changing. Take care of it with Gold Bond's healing formulations of 7 moisturizers and 3 vitamins. For all your skins, Gold Bond.
Can Nariva support your brain health?
Mary, Janet, hey.
Eddie, no, Fraser, Frank. Frank?
Fred, how are you?
Fred.
Fuel up to 7 brain health indicators, including your memory. Join the Nariva Brain Health Challenge.
Frizz, dryness, breakage. New Dove 10-in-1 Serum Hair Mask with Peptide Complex fortifies hair bonds at a molecular level. Helps reverse 10 signs of damage in 1 minute. Keep living. We'll keep repairing.
Lumify?
It's kind of amazing. Wow. Lumify eye drops dramatically reduce redness.
In 1 minute.
And look at the difference. My eyes look brighter and whiter for up to 8 hours. Lumify really works. See for yourself.
Next tonight, the National Transportation Safety Board is investigating a serious freight train derailment in Pennsylvania. 2 engines from the Norfolk Southern train wound up partially in the Lehigh River near Bethlehem Township early this morning. Several other cars also went off the tracks. Norfolk Southern says a small amount of diesel fuel leaked from the engines and will be cleaned up. We have an update on that harrowing bridge rescue in Louisville. You may remember this truck dangling Friday from the Clark Memorial Bridge that connects Kentucky and Indiana. A firefighter was lowered to rescue the driver. That driver was unharmed, but authorities now say the driver of another vehicle that hit the truck and caused the accident suffered serious injuries. The bridge itself was not seriously damaged. When we come back tonight, LeBron James ready to make NBA history.
Ultomiris is for adults with generalized myasthenia gravis who are anti-acetylcholine receptor antibody positive. It is lasting control over your GMG symptoms. And Ultomiris is the only long-acting GMG treatment with 8 weeks of freedom between infusions. Ultomiris can lower your immune system's ability to fight infections, increasing your chance of serious, life-threatening meningococcal and other types of infections. If not vaccinated, you must receive meningococcal vaccines at least 2 weeks before starting Ultomiris. And if Ultomiris is urgent, you should also receive 2 weeks of antibiotics with your vaccines. Before starting Ultomiris, tell your doctor about all of your medical conditions and medications. Ultomiris can cause reactions such as back pain, tiredness, dizziness, limb discomfort, or bad taste. Ultomiris is here. Ask your doctor about managing your generalized myasthenia gravis with Ultomiris.
When you shop Wayfair, you get big deals for your home every day. So big, we'll have you saying,
Am I a big deal?
yeah, you are, because it's a big deal when you get a big deal. Wayfair deals so big that you might get a big head. Because with savings so real, you can get your dream sofa for half the price. Wayfair, it's always a big deal.
Wayfair, you've got just what I need.
Big plans? Don't let allergies get in your way. This is Astepro Allergy. Astepro starts working in 30 minutes, while Flonase takes up to 12 hours. With Astepro's unbeatably fast allergy relief, you can Astepro and go.
You're going to Hollywood. You make dreams come true.
Monday.
Why did you decide that now was the time to kind of peel back the curtain?
RuPaul, revealing.
Robin, I was at the end of my rope.
And 100% uniquely RuPaul.
I have been RuPaul approved.
Monday on.
Good morning, America.
To the index now, 4 years after the start of the COVID pandemic, the CDC is changing its guidance for those who test positive. They will no longer need to isolate for 5 days. They can return to work and regular activities just 24 hours after their fever goes away and their symptoms are improving. The new guidance is similar to the recommendations for other viral illnesses such as the flu and RSV. LeBron James can make history tonight. The NBA's all-time scoring leader is just 9 points away from becoming the first player to hit 40,000 points in his career. And the odds are pretty good that he'll get it done. James has only been held under 9 points 9 times in his 21 seasons. You can watch him chase history as his Lakers face the Denver Nuggets tonight right here on ABC. When we come back, a one-of-a-kind designer will look back at the life of Iris Apfel.
Hi, I'm Greg. I live in Bloomington, Illinois. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. Some people say, why should I take Prevagen? I don't have a problem with my memory. Memory loss is not something that occurs overnight. I started noticing subtle lapses in memory. I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. It's helped my memory. It's helped my cognitive qualities. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription.
Transform your skin in one simple step. Introducing Paula's Choice Mandelic and Lactic Acid AHA Liquid Exfoliant. Resurface texture and tone without irritation. 100% soft, smoother, softer, brighter skin. Available at Paula's Choice and Sephora.
Your shipping manager left to find themselves, leaving you lost. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
HCM is a serious heart condition affecting as many as 1 in 200 people. Like me.
And me. It can impact how you feel and what you can do.
I still felt tired on my beta blocker. So I talked to my cardiologist.
About treatment advances in HCM that gave me new options.
It was a breakthrough for me.
That conversation was big for me.
Talk to your cardiologist today and visit HCMRealTalk.com for more information.
Pause for the facts. Susie here is shopping for a used car, but she doesn't know that nearly half of them have been in an accident.
Interesting.
But Carfax.com shows how accidents impact price, so she doesn't have to overpay. Unpause. Whoa. Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
Asthma. It can make you miss out on those epic hikes with friends. Step back out there with Fasenra. Fasenra is an add-on treatment for eosinophilic asthma that is taken once every 8 weeks. Fasenra helps prevent asthma attacks. Most patients did not have an attack in the first year. Fasenra is proven to help you breathe better so you can get back to doing day-to-day activities. And Fasenra helps lower the use of oral steroids. Fasenra is not for sudden breathing problems or other eosinophilic conditions. Allergic reactions may occur. Don't stop your asthma treatments without talking with your doctor. Tell your doctor if your asthma worsens. Headache and sore throat may occur. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. Get back to better breathing. Get back to what you've missed. Ask your doctor about Fasenra, the only asthma treatment taken once every 8 weeks. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
You should see me in the crowd. You should see me in the crowd.
Finally tonight, we remember a designer who became an overnight sensation in her 80s. Fashion icon Iris Apfel was known for her bold, modern style.
Go wild and get comfortable outside of your comfort zone.
And candid beliefs.
Being stylish and being fashionable are two entirely different things. You can easily buy your way into being fashionable. Style, I think, is in your DNA.
Her signature ensembles, striking colors and patterns, adorned with oversized costume jewelry and her ever-present round glasses.
You have to love what you're doing with your time on this planet, and that's what I've been doing.
The New York native began her career as an interior designer and textile expert, managing restoration projects at the White House for 9 presidents, from Truman to Clinton. Calling herself a geriatric starlet, she was in her 80s when she reached celebrity status in the fashion world.
Get old, but don't get boring.
The subject of a documentary by Albert Maysles called Iris.
I didn't give a damn about going to the party or being at the party. It was getting dressed for the party.
Popular on social media, too, with 3 million followers on Instagram. At 97, she signed as a fashion model with a global modeling agency.
It's been a great ride, and I've enjoyed it immensely.
And on her 100th birthday, she had this message on aging and the key to a long and fabulous life.
A sense of humor is absolutely necessary. I don't mean a ha-ha sense of humor, but I mean being able to look at all the silly little things and how foolish they are, and how many important things we really don't pay enough attention to. Be an individual and not to follow the crowd.
Iris Apfel was 102 years old. An icon who brought joy to so many. Have a great night.
Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
Now, with Super Tuesday and the State of the Union just days away, what's next for the 2024 race? The Powerhouse Roundtable takes it all on Sunday morning on ABC.
Detect this. Living with HIV, Robert learned he can stay undetectable with fewer medicines. That's why he switched to Dovato. Dovato is a complete HIV treatment for some adults. No other complete HIV pill uses fewer medicines to help keep you undetectable than Dovato. Detect this. Marnina learned that most HIV pills contain 3 or 4 medicines. Dovato is as effective with just 2. If you have hepatitis B, don't stop Dovato without talking to your doctor. Don't take Dovato if you're allergic to its ingredients or taking dofetilide. This can cause serious or life-threatening side effects. If you have a rash or allergic reaction symptoms, stop Dovato and get medical help right away. Serious or life-threatening lactic acid buildup and liver problems can occur. Tell your doctor if you have kidney or liver problems, or if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. Dovato may harm an unborn baby. Most common side effects are headache, nausea, diarrhea, trouble sleeping, tiredness, and anxiety. Detect this. You could stay undetectable with fewer medicines. Ask your doctor about Dovato.
ABC 36 on your side.
Well, coming up, an update on the bridge in Louisville after a semi-truck crashed on Friday. Plus, Governor and First Lady Beshear and Lieutenant Governor Coleman celebrate Read Across America Week.
You're watching ABC 36 on your side, Weekend Edition.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sydney St. Clair. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Jordan Smith for our first check of that forecast. Jordan, it was a chilly week this week, but I hear we're looking up to some warmer weather.
Yeah, we are, and a lot of storms to come with that as well.
Yay.
So a busy pattern is definitely ahead, but still is a little bit on the chilly side out there on the Saturday evening. We are at 52 degrees. Hello there, 52 degrees here into Lexington, 48 Richmond down to Mount Vernon, 53 London, 52 Somerset, 53 down into Monticello. But at least clouds and radar. No moisture to track, but we are seeing that cloud bank that continues to be stubborn today. I thought we were going to see more sunshine today than what we actually have, but those clouds have decided to stick around a little bit longer. Planning out our evening, we'll go from the low 50s, hanging out to the upper 40s throughout the majority of the evening, but dry sky. So if you're heading out on the town this Saturday evening, have the jacket handy. It will be chilly, but at least you don't have to worry about any wet roadways. But look at this, tease for our Sunday. We'll start out mid to upper 40s. We'll climb quickly through the 50s, 60s, and we'll top it out into the low 70s tomorrow on our Sunday with a mostly sunny sky. So coming up in your full forecast, we'll show you the warmth, but that warmth is going to lead to rounds of rain and storms. Busy pattern is setting up, and we'll go hour by hour and check it for you coming up in just a bit.
On our top story at 6:30, an update on the Clark Memorial Bridge in Louisville. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet announced a partial reopening of the bridge, which carries US 31 over the Ohio River, is scheduled for today. Their assessment confirms the bridge is safe for vehicle travel, and the damages found do not affect the bridge's structural integrity. The southbound left lane and both northbound lanes are now open. Both sidewalks will remain closed to pedestrian travel until repairs have been completed. This is after a truck driver became trapped after her semi almost fell off the bridge Friday. Well, Lexington police are investigating a shooting that occurred on Thursday. According to police, just after 7 p.m. on Thursday, officers were dispatched to a local hospital for an individual suffering from a gunshot wound, which was non-life threatening. After investigating, officers learned the shooting may have occurred on the 2100 block of Versailles Road. There is no suspect information at this time. Detectives with the personal crime section are continuing to investigate and are asking anyone with information to call Lexington Police at 859-258-3600. Well, the Kentucky State Police have arrested a Hart County man for possession of child sexual abuse material. According to KSP, detectives received a complaint that 44-year-old Anwar Barber had sexual images and videos of children on his cell phone. Barber's phone was seized and examined by the KSP Electronic Crimes Branch. On Friday, Barber was interviewed and arrested. He is currently facing 2 counts of possessing matter portraying a sexual performance by a minor under the age of 12. He is currently being held in the Taylor County Detention Center. The investigation is still ongoing. Well, in happier news, today on Dr. Seuss's birthday and National Read Across America Day, Governor Andy Beshear, First Lady Brittany Beshear, and Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman shared video recordings of them reading books for students and educators across the Commonwealth to view. The First Lady will visit Carter Traditional Elementary School in Louisville on Monday to kick off a series of classroom visits where she will read with students from across Kentucky during Read Across America Week, which begins today. You can find all 6 videos of the readings on Governor Andy Beshear's YouTube page. Well, still to come on ABC 36 at 6:30, one of the 2 Colorado paramedics convicted in the 2019 death of Elijah McClain was sentenced on Friday. Find out what Elijah's mother had to say.
And coming up after the break, temperatures continue to climb the next couple of days, but that'll eventually lead us into a stormy pattern setting up for next week. And then we back down temperatures a bit to the end of next week as another storm system gets set to the bluegrass. Details when we come back. Stay with us.
Praised by critics for its ambition in bringing the timeless, captivating story to vivid musical life on stage, Little Women embodies the complete theatrical experience, leaving audiences filled with a sense of adventure, joy, heartache, and a lifting of the spirit. The powerful score soars with the sounds of personal discovery, heartbreak, hope, and everlasting love. The sounds of a young America finding its voice. Presented by Broadway Live in the Lexington Opera House, March 14th through the 17th. Get tickets at lexingtonoperahouse.com.
Davis H. Elliott Company doesn't just hire employees. We empower owners. Other companies may use the same tools and have the same equipment, but what sets us apart is our people. Elliott is proudly 100% employee-owned and offering the opportunity for you to join our team. Visit us at the upcoming ABC 36 Kentucky Employee Job Fair to learn more. Elliott, own your future.
It's a great way to wake up.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world.
And so much happening
right here in Kentucky.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
That's where we come in.
Good Morning Kentucky and Good Morning America.
We're right here, and we got you.
Yep, we got you, Kentucky.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel, and guess what? I'm hosting the Oscars once again. Why? They had me on auto renew, and they forgot to turn it off.
Jimmy Kimmel returns to host the Oscars, live Sunday, March 10th on ABC.
The Oscars, sponsored locally by Cedarhurst Senior Living. More than senior living, it's a lifestyle designed just for you. Watch The Oscars live on March 10th at 7 p.m. on ABC 36.
Get your daily dose of Twitch and MJ and Lexington's best rock each morning from 6 to 10 on C-Rock 103. Download the C-Rock 103 app now or listen on your device wherever you get audio. C-Rock 103, the rock station.
Welcome back. Meteorologist Jordan Smith here on this Saturday evening. Here's a live look over downtown Lexington thanks to our Hicks and Funson cam. Shows the low cloud deck that, again, just has been stubborn today. It has not cleared out as quickly as we thought, and that's held down temperatures into the low to mid 50s. We're at 52 here into the Bluegrass, and across central and eastern Kentucky, it's lots of low 50s, even a couple of 40s starting to show up. 48 Richmond down to Mount Vernon, 50 Mount Sterling to Moorhead, 53 Jackson, 54 into Manchester. But clouds and radar again. Yes, we have that cloud deck that is hanging over Kentucky, but at least nothing has fallen from that, so we don't have any moisture out there. Futurecast, we should begin to clear skies into the overnight, and that will actually allow our temperatures to drop down upper 30s to start our Sunday, but a quick recovery tomorrow afternoon. Low 70s is on the way with plenty of sunshine. Those winds coming out of the south will really help boost up those temperatures. Now into Monday morning, low to mid 50s is pretty much as low as we go. And by Monday afternoon, low to mid 70s. We're likely 70 to 75 for the first Monday of March. That is absolutely incredible. And we can't rule out a stray thunderstorm or two. Most of that action waits off until we get into Tuesday, and that's when our front gets closer. Tuesday afternoon, evening into Wednesday, we're likely to track rounds of heavy rain and thunderstorms across the area. A few of those could be on the strong side, and heavy rain is also a possibility. You can see we go from the upper 60s Tuesday to the 50s on Monday as some chillier air gets on in here for midweek. And then Thursday is our day in between systems. We dried out, temperatures again down upper 50s to near 60 before yet another storm system moves in to end the week. This is very similar to what we're going to go through Tuesday and Wednesday. This will likely spark off rounds of showers and thunderstorms, gusty winds into our Saturday. Once again, a few of those could be on the strong side, and locally heavy rain is a possibility. So if we track out exactly how much rain we're going to be talking about over the next week, you can see a pretty good 1 to 2, 2.5, even local 3 inches is possible. And these models have a hard time really handling on thunderstorms. So if we get some repeat thunderstorms to move over the same areas, we could be talking about even higher rainfall totals. So a local high water threat could be on the table before we end the week. So we have a lot to track here over the next 5 to 7 days. Back in the short term though, tonight, temperatures again on the chilly side dropping down into the upper 30s to low 40s. And then tomorrow, it is a beautiful Sunday, upper 60s to low 70s with plenty of sunshine on the way. 7-day forecast. Get outside and enjoy your Sunday because you can see rounds of showers and thunderstorms move in. Isolated chance on Monday. Most of us stay dry, but Tuesday into Wednesday, there's a break into Thursday with temperatures coming down to the low 60s. And then we queue up another storm system to end the week. Scattered storms on Friday go from the low 60s to the mid 50s on Saturdays. And if this was an 8-day forecast, next Sunday, we could be talking about temperatures into the 30s and a few snow flurries. So an active pattern definitely coming, and Old Maid Winter may make a return into next weekend as well. But for now, we'll have more ABC 36 at 6:30 coming up after the break.
KK Auto Detailing of Georgetown offers award-winning professional detail services, high-quality window tint, and remote start installation. We strive for perfection. Call today or visit kkautodetailing.com.
Spectrum Internet delivers with fast and reliable speeds nationwide, so there's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Now get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and a Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Visit Spectrum.com or call 844-242-1479. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security and privacy for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now and get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 with advanced Wi-Fi and one line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited free for 12 months. Start saving today. Go to Spectrum.com, a Spectrum store, call 844-242-1479, or scan to call now.
Watch me. Watch me calm, comfort, and heal. A pledge to patient before self with a genuine feel. Once shy and unsure with a special arm. Medical leaders stepped in and became my charm. A storied journey, now I'm called to care. Delivering compassion only a true medical professional can share. Watch me. World-class advances in pediatric limb care at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Hi, I'm Andrew Coleman, attorney with Hughes & Coleman. I may be new to your TV screen, but I'm no stranger to our community. Kentucky is my home. I was born here, I'm raising my family here, and I'm proud to be part of a law firm that's been fighting here for over 35 years, Hughes & Coleman. My father, Lee Coleman, and our team of other Kentucky lawyers are more committed than ever to helping you. If you've been injured, get the local experience of a Kentucky original. Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
KK Auto Detailing of Georgetown offers award-winning professional detail services, high-quality window tint, and remote start installation. We strive for perfection. Call today or visit kkautodetailing.com.
You're watching ABC 36 on your side, Weekend Edition.
One of the two Colorado paramedics convicted in the 2019 death of Elijah McClain was sentenced to 5 years in prison on Friday. Peter Chikaniak was found guilty in December of criminally negligent homicide and second-degree assault. McClain was detained by police and injected with ketamine. He suffered a heart attack and was pronounced dead 3 days later. Alexandra Lewis spoke with Elijah's mother after the sentencing.
Today we saw the most prison time that will be handed down to any of the first responders charged in the death of Elijah McClain. But, we saw the most emotional I think I've ever seen Shanine McClain throughout this entire process. A process that is almost over in the courts, but far from over in her heart.
I don't know what's worse. Having to wait this long. Having to see injustice continue. Having people get paid for my pain. I don't know. I don't know what's worse. But I'm not okay. I never will be.
Shanine was just one of the many people who packed Courtroom 107 today, most in support of former Aurora paramedic Peter Chikuniak, who shuffled into the courtroom donning yellow stripes, ankles and wrists bound. 7 people spoke on his behalf, attesting to a selfless character and an impenetrable love of community.
His delusions of grandeur mean nothing.
no matter how he looks at himself, he's scum too.
Shkuniak was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Not long enough for a mother who's waited nearly 5 years for justice.
Unfortunately, this is it, right? I don't see no hope. I don't see no change. A little bit of law here, a little bit of law there. Nothing stops their hatred. Nothing stops their racism. And nothing stops their evil protocols and practices. We mean nothing to them.
To Shanine, today's sentencing and the previous and the next were always larger than her son's death. And what remains is fractured trust between communities of color and the first responders that are meant to serve them. Today, no chapters close for a mother whose son's story will always remain unwritten.
Honestly, I'm so glad it's almost over because I'm just so glad it's over. I can't even imagine what Elijah experienced, you know? I can't even imagine. So I'm just glad this part's over.
Shanine will have to give one more victim impact statement next month at Jeremy Cooper's sentencing. For her, it's been the hardest part of this process. In Brighton, Alexandra Lewis, 9 News.
Jeremy Cooper was the other paramedic who was also convicted of criminally negligent homicide. A former Aurora police officer was found guilty of criminally negligent homicide and assault and was sentenced to 14 months in jail. 2 other officers were acquitted of all charges. Well, the U.S., in cooperation with Jordan, dropped 66 pallets of aid into Gaza as the humanitarian crisis there grows worse. Jordan, along with France, Qatar, and the UAE and Egypt, have all been airdropping aid into the besieged enclave. And this comes amid word of progress in ceasefire negotiations. ABC's Inez de la Catera with the details.
Senior U.S. administration officials say Israel has essentially endorsed a framework for a ceasefire and hostage release deal. Now, Hamas must agree to it. The proposal, according to U.S. officials, includes a 6-week ceasefire in Gaza, as well as the release by Hamas of hostages considered to be vulnerable: the sick, the wounded, the elderly, and women. The Biden administration has been pushing for a deal to be struck before the start of the holy Muslim month of Ramadan, which begins in just over a week. This comes as the U.S. has joined several other countries in carrying out airdrops of food and other humanitarian aid over Gaza.
People are so desperate that innocent people got caught in a terrible war, unable to feed their families.
The U.S. used 3 C-130 cargo planes to drop about 66 pallets of food, which included 38,000 meals. Central Command releasing a statement saying these airdrops are part of a sustained effort to get more aid into Gaza, including by expanding the flow of aid through land corridors and routes. At least 10 children in the Gaza Strip have starved to death, dozens more suffering from acute malnutrition, according to the United Nations. Israeli drone video shows a chaotic scene as thousands of people surged towards a convoy of aid trucks Thursday. Israeli troops opening fire on the crowd. The IDF saying its troops fired warning shots and only opened fire on people when they got too close to one of their tanks. The IDF adding dozens of people were also crushed to death in the chaos. Survivors and witnesses disputing that. The Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza said more than 100 Palestinians were killed, hundreds more injured. The White House now calling for a full investigation, calling the deaths tragic and alarming. Inez de la Catera, ABC News, London.
Detect this. Living with HIV, Robert learned he can stay undetectable with fewer medicines. That's why he switched to Dovato. Dovato is a complete HIV treatment for some adults. No other complete HIV pill uses fewer medicines to help keep you undetectable than Dovato. Detect this. Marnina learned that most HIV pills contain 3 or 4 medicines. Dovato is as effective with just 2. If you have hepatitis B, don't stop Dovato without talking to your doctor. Don't take Dovato if you're allergic to its ingredients or taking difetilide. This can cause serious or life-threatening side effects. If you have a rash or allergic reaction symptoms, stop Dovato and get medical help right away. Serious or life-threatening lactic acid buildup and liver problems can occur. Tell your doctor if you have kidney or liver problems or if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. Dovato may harm an unborn baby. Most common side effects are headache, nausea, diarrhea, trouble sleeping, tiredness, and anxiety. Detect this. You could stay undetectable with fewer medicines. Ask your doctor about Dovato.
That's the best we've ever heard on this show.
Are you kidding?
America agrees. Idol is the family event.
I'm giving you a yes.
The best season yet.
It's just magical.
Is a slam dunk. And Sunday.
I'm holding my dream right here.
Get some extra tissues.
No matter where you come from, you can always make it in life.
Especially on American Idol.
I can't believe this is happening.
For the most uplifting show on TV.
I shouldn't be that easy to pick up.
Dentists would charge you double if you had big teeth like whatever.
Giraffe.
Family Feud. Okay. Weekdays on ABC 36.
Welcome in, everybody. I'm Forrest Tucker. So happy that you're joining us tonight. Big Blue Nation certainly gets their money's worth watching the Cats on the court. Another heart-throbbing, fist-pumping game inside Rupp Arena this afternoon gave us all the thrills. Let's go to the highlights. All right. At the half, UK up 53-48. Arkansas didn't really care at all. Razorbacks had a 9-point lead at one moment. Jeremiah Davenport seen here, a major reason for the opposition's firepower. Now let's fast forward real quick, and we're going to go to 5 minutes left in this game. It's Justin Edwards off the pass from Rob Dillingham over the key. And look, he just slams that home, gives Kentucky a 93-92 lead. They've been down for most of the half. UK extends with a few buckets here. It's Big Z getting the tip in, 102-94. Can they come back successfully? Let's see. It's on. Edwards again here, going to drive. Think about it a second time. Pivots again, and then he sinks the deuce in there. It's an even bigger lead there, 107-98. The Hogs have to foul, and UK does come back to win, 111-102. Coach Cal on his late game personnel decisions.
Trey and Adu were playing okay, but I wanted to get Justin at 4. So I just looked. I said, Justin, you go to 4, and all of a sudden the game changes. So now I'm not going to sub. And we did have 5 freshmen in and came back and did pretty good.
Let's take a look at Kentucky's top performers in that win over the Razorbacks. Antonio Reeves played a huge role in the first half. Team high 22 points. Rob Dillingham had 15 points, but he led an assist with 5. Big Z led the Cavs with 9 rebounds. This defense continues to improve. UK back in action for senior night versus Vanderbilt this coming Wednesday at 9 p.m. They'll close out the regular season slate at Tennessee, though, a week from today.